Hello friends. I've been wanting to do a video for a little while now that shows you my town. My original thought was, like back in October, I was going to do this nice walk around and show you my adorable, thriving little mountain town with my bookstore and all the cute little shops and restaurants we have. And then, as regular viewers know, Hurricane Helene hit the town and kind of destroyed it, as in most of the core buildings were still standing, but they needed to be gutted and have new drywall. Everything that was in them was wrecked, at least on the first floor, and occasionally even on the second floor, depending on where in town they were. If you want to go back and watch my video about the immediate aftermath of that, I'll link to it at the end of this video. But it has now been almost 6 months, so I figured it was a good time to take you on a little stroll through the town of Marshall, North Carolina, and show you how the rebuilding is going. I know it can be very hard to get a feel for how a town repairs after a big natural disaster if you don't live there. So you might be wondering, are these small towns in North Carolina open for business yet? And, it depends. Generally, the answer is not quite, but we are getting there. And Dade's two best friends came to town last week for his birthday. So it was also a good chance for me to get them to shoot some footage of me and of the town so I could actually appear in the video. Now, I was very, very exhausted when I made this video because we had had Dade's huge birthday party the day before. There were over 20 people there. I was really tired. So Travis and Jason were supposed to pick me up in the morning to do this walk around. And I had barely rolled out of bed when they messaged me we're here. So I have total bedhead. I just threw on some pants and went out the door basically. So, forgive me for especially because it was very windy. So my hair is looking peak crazy witch woman in this video. But, you know how I am around here. I don't usually do this kind of footage. I should have had a microphone, but I didn't. So I'm sorry about some poor sound quality on some of these videos. Live and learn is a constant thing, but take a little walk with me through the town of Marshall, North Carolina, 6 months almost after the Great Flood of 2024. First, we're heading to the end of town that got hit the worst. The floodwaters came in from the south end, and the buildings on that side got really wiped out compared to the other end of town, where the buildings were flooded, but generally many of them did survive.
What was here?
This was the City Hall and police station.
Oh my god. Was there a building here that collapsed?
I think so.
It looks like.
Yeah, it's hard to even remember what some things were. This end of town is really rough.
Right, no one's really working on it, huh?
And everything just got obliterated. Because of course the water came down this way, so these buildings kind of bore. Except for this thing here. This is this is the bomb shelter of Marshall. There's no windows.
The grass is look at the green grass on the lot, compared to next door.
It's like the bunker from Lost, just down in there.
What is that?
I don't know.
It is the bunker from Lost. Oh, there's bongos. materials, there must have been a building. What do you got there?
Commercial Police Department sunglasses foraged from the wreckage.
Here, let me get this side.
Yeah, get the coolest part. That there is the Marshall radio station train car that was down all the way down there by like the Marshall sign, and it was flipped over here. They moved it across the street somehow.
Wow.
This is where Jamie and I would have a drink after working at the bookstore. Nice little neighborhood bar, like our local Cheers, basically. Like literally everyone does know everybody. Hey. And they're coming along. Here's our post office. There's probably still a record we ordered inside there, all wrecked. Because it basically just all the mail was on the shelves, so that's not reopening anytime soon.
Yeah.
And this was the best thrift store in the world. Super cheap, super nice, good hours, killer finds. They did reopen though out on the main road, but I miss the Ming here.
Yeah, what does that mean?
It is what?
That blue van?
Oh, well, this is the tattoo shop zone. There's always like, it's kind of like an art installation here almost. This is our comic book store, and it is looking pretty close to being able to be stocked, so that's cool. And this is my beloved bookstore, where I spent many happy hours and days stocking the shelves and such. This is actually the first time I've stood inside of it.
Wow.
I haven't really wanted to look. So this is where the counter was. That was all kind of walled off. That was back storage. Vintage clothing's upstairs. That's still alright. And then books. Everything else is books. Man.
Do you have any photos or videos from before?
I have a few. I wish I had more.
You should put like a before and after in the shot.
Yeah, I'll dig up some.
It's still wide open. No windows here.
It just kind of seems so cold and lonely now. This is Chris's flower shop, and he never closed. He kept operating out of this building like the whole time.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. Yeah, it's good. Now open. Is it just, it's locked up now, but that door is open during the...
Well, it's usually closed up, but like he's working in there. I mean, like regular business hours. Like the show must go on. This is Raven's house, and this is like the coolest old house in town that actually survived the 1916 flood. So she was in there thinking like, oh, my house is going to be fine because it's like pretty elevated.
Yeah.
And then she was filming the water like coming in, and everybody was like, get out. She's like, okay, we're leaving. And yeah, it kind of nailed her beautiful, beautiful house. She's really nice.
Ooh, velvet ropes. What was this?
This was, they had, it used to be a bar that closed during COVID, and then they had like this crazy magic show called the Great Goblini, like a week before the flood. So my neighbors who saw it were convinced that it summoned an evil spirit. But I hear it was quite a party. I just noticed this is Selena's brick. She's one of the local artists, and I love her art. I'll put some in the video, and I've never seen this before until today, but the townspeople did all these like customized bricks. Ford sucks. Somebody really had a strong opinion for that one.
Bader Ginsburg died today.
And this is the river where there are artist studios, or, were artist studios. I'm not sure what the status is of the artist studios, but it's housed in an old school, so that's pretty cool. And this also used to have a beautiful walking path with like trees and a playground. It was very green, and now it's just kind of barren, but I think it got to 27, but it might have been 25.
Oh yeah, I thought 25 was marked, but it's just a...
Yeah, either way, it was a lot.
Yeah, they gotta fix that sign or take it down.
How's Zuma doing? I still got a ways to go. I mean, it's probably better than it was, but oh, we need Zuma back. This place is really like the core of town.
This is the fire station? Is it operational? I guess there's like a fire car there.
No, I mean maybe they have somebody posted here.
Right.
Clearly you can't have a fire truck like, oh, move the boards, guys.
Yeah. So take the boards down. Oh, that wasn't recording. So yeah, as you can see, we've still got a ways to go, but it is really coming along, and I think you'll find that throughout a lot of Western North Carolina, that some parts are still completely wrecked, like the storm just happened, and then you have some businesses that are starting to reopen. I am really hopeful that at the very least I will be able to come to town and get some writing done at one of our coffee houses before long, and the bookstore is obviously going to take a little while still, but I'm still hopeful that it will reopen. And I know Jamie is, because he has been filling his basement with merch. So we better reopen or he's just going to have a basement full of good books. What's he going to do with them all? I hope you enjoyed this little look into the cleanup after Helene.
My name is Lydia Foxglove, and normally this is like a writing life, simple, cozy life channel. So if you're interested in any of that, feel free to click that subscribe button. And I also have a Patreon and a Substack. Same content on both, and they both have a free tier, or if you just want my bonus videos, I also have YouTube memberships turned on. If you'd like to help the town continue to rebuild, I'll include a link for donations in the description as well. And they also just came out with a really cool album that they recorded in the jail in the aftermath of Helene with all these different local musicians. And oh my gosh, I mean, our local musicians and artists and all of our creative people around here are so talented. So if you like that kind of like Appalachian vibes, like music, I would really recommend checking out that album. So I'm going to link to that too, because some of you might like checking that out. And so it just came out. It's called The Resonance Sessions. And if you'd like to support me, my books are also in the description. I think that's enough like advertising myself in the town for one video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!